My name is Preston Geer. I played Leonard in The Naked Truth.
I am Lee Pugsley, and I played John in The Naked Truth.
I'm Sammy Anderson. I play Stan in The Project.
No, quite the repartee. I must say, this new roommate is a jolt of excitement in this residence.
Well, you found someone passionate like you, Stan.
Yes, quite the chemistry.
The nudist, the freelance financial journalist, pompous, arrogant, arguably unlikable, but I hope I added a little bit of charm to his character.
John is the blind roommate. I would describe John as very optimistic. The glass is always half full, likes to bring people together.
He likes to think of himself as much more cultured than he actually is, who kind of serves as the catalyst for all of Leonard's problems going forward in the short.
I was bullied growing up. I don't care. Please. No.
Preston, what was your initial reaction to the idea of a nudist trying to live with a blind man?
Oh man. To me, it felt kind of almost like when I got the audition script, it felt almost like a Fairley Brothers concept. I mean, it's definitely a dark comedy, but I thought it just had balls. I thought it was, and I mean that in a pun way, so dark, so hilarious. It was like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia meets Fairley Brothers.
Yeah, I thought that when I first got the script and read through it, I thought it was hilarious. As someone who is, legally blind, but I felt that, Tim, you handled the character of John very well. And, when we were talking, it was really fun to just find more layers of who John was, kind of, going into his backstory and, the kind of life that he leads.
Sammy, what was your initial reaction to the idea or the script?
Yeah, well, I came on a little bit later. I took over the role for somebody else, so I kind of got like the crash course. You guys had already gone through like so much, but I just remember I love originality, and that's what I remember thinking is I'm like, this is just like, I haven't read a short script like this ever. It's such a good idea. It's such a fun idea. And it was going kind of with what Lee said. It wasn't like there was nothing offensive about it. It was just silly fun.
Oh, yes. It should be quite explosive.
Dudamel will be conducting Strauss. I can hardly wait.
Sounds great.
Preston, what was your favorite scene in The Naked Truth to act in?
I really liked it when Stan's character shows up and me and Lee are sitting there at the table. Leonard's eating John's spaghetti and he thinks he's alone. He's sitting there naked. All of a sudden, Stan shows up and he's just totally like a deer in the headlights, terrified. And then it takes this turn where Leonard is terrified, and then as Stan keeps pushing him, Leonard gets very defensive, but he's also incredibly vulnerable because he's sitting there totally naked.
My favorite scene to act in was probably the kitchen scene with the towel. I just thought it was just such a funny scene when I first read it, and the way that it played out was just so comical to me. But it was also one of those scenes where, at that point, John is starting to pick up on context clues of what's going on. I don't think he's fully figured it out yet, but, he's a very intuitive guy. And so I think part of it was just, when he's, we're talking about the pajamas and he's kind of investigating, for lack of a better term. I think that he's suspicious a little bit, but also maybe sensing Leonard's insecurities and kind of wanting to just poke at them both literally and figuratively a little bit.
Mine was definitely the final couch scene. I don't know if you remember, but every time I'd look at Preston, I just couldn't keep it together. And that's like, those are, not only was it like a fun scene just for like the things that are happening on screen, but those are my favorite times on set are kind of the times where like one, there was a lot of freedom, you know, you let me play around with the line a little bit, but also just like everyone was having a good time. Like everyone was laughing. It was just this silly scenario on camera. Everyone was getting along, you know, so that was my favorite.
Yeah, and I especially loved calming you down, Preston, after you started like freaking out at the end. It was, I don't know, it's just like so fun. And I just wanted to like let you go for like 5 minutes and not say anything. Obviously that would be too long, but you just did that so well that I'm just like, let's just like let him go for a while and see where he goes.
Yeah.
How worked up we can get him to be.
No, you were great, dude. It was like just like letting, because you know you kind of need like that runway too to get like worked up, and then it gets to this point where it's like panic attack, about to break, and then all of a sudden he's like, Leonard. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Go watch The Naked Truth on YouTube.
Thank you, everybody.
Ciao.